welcome back. Yeah, I thought the last video was a short and sweet one and it went down quite well and it spurred me on a bit, so we'll do the same again. I say that, we've got a good couple of hours down here. We see how we get on and see if we actually get anything complete. So yeah, been 3 or 4 days now since I put that primer on. So I've got some 600 pads that have turned up. I've got some soft edge masking tape that we don't need and some stirring sticks. I've got another 3D print of the rear light, which I'll show you in a second. So yeah, so I think we'll either go over the 600 or 400 just over those lights, because I feel like we need another spray again. I also want to re-go over the engine bay and just scotch that up a bit more, you know, there's a few rivets I think I need to take out first yeah, so maybe by the end of the few hours we might be able to mix up some more primer and blow that on. But anyway, let's just show you the rear lights. There we go. It's a version 345, don't know. So yeah, I basically swapped them around so they're correct, so they're sort of the bigger lights that way round. It's just playing at the moment. So yeah, I quite like them. Obviously, you'd still have, this is the wrong side, but I'm still planning on putting this on, everyone. Yeah, don't panic. It's not going to just sit like that, you know. Yeah, so it'll still have the shield over it. Again, still might not use those, might go back to the old ones. But yeah, that's quite cool. Fits in there quite nicely. Would go in with the same screw holes, maybe a little bit more tweaking. But if anything, I might try and find some lights off AliExpress and order them up and just see how that goes. So that's my 600s there, just randomly off Amazon. And yeah, let's get on and get some clothes changed and crack on. Really annoying that I turned the lights off in here, which then turned the fridge off, which is annoying. So I don't have any cold drinks. Room temperature, I'm afraid. Yeah, you can just see where I started going back over some of the stuff. There were some bits that I wasn't quite okay with, so just going over with, I can't even remember what it was now, 280, 220, whatever it was, trying to get the bulk out. Like, you know, they're the bottom of the battery box. I think there's a tray that goes in there anyway and stuff like that. It's not the end of the world. A lot of it, as you see all where the rivets are, that's all covered up with heat, silver heat tab anyway, sort of heat ply. There's heat shielding goes up there. You can put heat shielding anywhere you want to as well, really. But yeah, try and knock a few more rivets out, which some go out easily and some don't. And if we mix up a little bit more to do the front here, which yeah, it's not too bad. We may just blow that over as well. Well, that was a manic hour or so that I didn't film. But yeah, I rubbed down the engine bay again. I rubbed down the tops of both wings because they felt a little bit thin. So basically I've mixed up some epoxy, 2-part primer, whatever it is. Gone over the engine bay, but then I've gone over the front lights 3 or 4 times, and then I've put a couple of coats back onto the wing on the main areas. I didn't go too berserk down below, just on the top bits that hopefully I wanted consistency, because I started to rub it down. I could start to see the bit of the colour, and I was like just a bit worried later on. Oh, missed a massive bit over there. That's good. I am honestly trying to make a video out of this, but yeah, we put the primer down one night, came back, I put some guide coat on. I've been going over with 600, haven't filmed any of it because it's just boring sanding. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. Yes, I've got a day off next week, hopefully a week after. I'm going to try and dedicate to at least doing all the paint the door shut, so that's what I'm aiming for. I'm trying not to rush today and go, oh, let's just try and do something today, even though I really do want to see some of the paint. But we just got to keep going over it today. That's what we're doing. We're just going around the door shuts now, going around the whole, everything basically, trying to get over everything in 600. I've got all these panels to do still. Don't know how much I'll get down there and done today. Primer's a little bit thin in places, but it's also not too bad in others. What can you do? and I'm actually not that skillful. I'm going over it with the DA most of the time. I'm doing a bit of it around the door shuts and edges by hand. I think you can get some Scotch thing. I've just got wet and dry and sanding pads, but I think you can get like Scotch pad type things at 600 quid for just getting into corners and things like that, just to knock the orange peel off. That's off the primer. Anyway, that front end is looking pretty good. God knows what it's actually going to look like once it's all clear coated and everything, and you're out in the sun and really see stuff. But I'm painting in a farm shed. I sort of got impatient, but I haven't. So I think I'm going to run out of time anyway. So I just started masking up some bits. This is the soft edge stuff. It comes in the rolls. I think you can get different widths, different qualities. This is sticking okay-ish, but not brilliant. And so basically, the idea is, from what my mate said on WhatsApp, my paint shop mate, is you leave sort of 5-10 mil-ish, can be a bit varied, around onto the main body line. So basically, then we're going to mask all this up, so this will all be covered up. And then we spray 3-stage base coat, top coat and clear coat. And then that leaves a soft edge in there, so you're not got a sharp edge. If you've ever done painting before, with masking tape you get a very sharp edge. You can pick it with your fingernail. That should leave a soft edge, supposedly. I still think it needs a little bit of wet and drying at the end when we come to do it the opposite way. But yeah, when we come to do it the opposite way, when we then paint the car, we'll put the doors on, and then we'll put some of this foam on this side. So basically, as you see the door, when the door shuts, all you see is a little bit of foam. Basically, you'll have another soft edge, and then the clear coat will blow into that, and it will be perfect, and nobody will ever know. But yeah, as you can see, I did run a bit of degreaser over it, but I guess if you get a little bit of overspray inside, it's not too in the world. That's why I haven't gone too berserk finishing the outside here. I think I'm going to do the shuts first, just to get some colour on stuff and make me spurred on. And I think what we'll do, we'll just do the car first, because I think I mostly won't do the panels, but I'm thinking I'll just finish off masking up today, and then when we come in Tuesday night, hopefully, can I do Tuesday? I can see if I'm ready, just to at least put some colour on these bits. The boot area, the 2 doors, and the engine bay, which I think I'm going to climb underneath and spray from inside, just so I'll make sure I get that, because those bits in there are a bit tricky to get when you... compressor. I started masking this up as well now, thinking, yeah, because that's the door shut line, but I forgot that the window, literally, the door comes up to here, and then the top of the door frame is window frameless. So I guess I'll just leave it now I've done that, to be honest, because I could just leave that, and that could be done. That could have been done when we do the main body, because yeah, the door will be shut, but you'll be able to see that bit. But anyway, we'll do that now. We can always spray over if we're not happy with it. I ran out of masking tape, so we're stopping masking for the moment. I then thought, oh, let's paint one little thing. Come on, Matthew, paint one thing. So I started rubbing this bit down. It's just a little vanity strip that goes in the front windscreen. And I went, no, Matthew, don't just paint one thing. So we started prepping some more bits. Just spend the next hour just prepping. Because, yeah, we're not painting now, Matthew. We're painting on another day. We're coming back fresh. So, badly put some guide coat on. I think this is some weird paint that I've got from America somewhere to do the Jeep with years ago. Seems to rub off okay, to be fair. So, to be honest, the panels are pretty good. I think, to be honest, I make the things worse myself, I think, because, yeah, there was no dents as such. The only areas that needed major filler work were where I'd put the lights into, where I've done my own stuff. There was a few nicks and dicks around the door shuts and things. But yeah, there had been some cut shuts in the doors. Oh no, that was in the back of these where they'd cut a hole. Well, actually no, they cut a hole in the door first to try and find the door lock. Couldn't find it. Then they cut another hole in there, but that had all been repaired fairly okay-ish over the years anyway, so it's all sort of flattened off okay, really. I'm not really having to do too much extra. So I think, anyway, instead of just leaving early and going to find a beer, I'm hanging on. So basically I thought, well, why not? Just middle of the paintwork. Let's try and see how the Zafira power steering pump fits. So basically, yeah, we've got it in there. We've nicked a little bit out down the lower valance. We'll put a grill in that, I think, later. I don't know what's in them normally. We've chopped the back mount off, because, hey, we don't need mounts on the Zafira fuel pump. And, yeah, that's nearly in there. That's cool. So I'm not too sure how we mount it. It's a little bit snug to there, but I think it's okay. And yeah, definitely think the 3D printer's coming out for this. We've had a haircut. We came down last night and we rushed a paint job, which shouldn't be done really, but that's me. And I made a few mistakes, but it's gone red. I can't remember the official color code for this, but it's 3-stage. So basically you've got a base coat, you then have this colored second coat, and then you have your clear on top. First mistake I did was obviously rushing a bit, but don't paint very often, so I always forget the things. Didn't add enough thinners to the 2 base coats. I say I didn't add enough, I didn't add any, which then made the gun wasn't spraying properly, and in my head I thought it was a gun because I only buy cheap guns. So I swapped guns halfway through painting, still wasn't quite right, seemed to get better with a bit of air pressure. And then it wasn't until I came to do the clear coat, because I just persevered. I thought, sod it, we're here tonight, we're just going to get on and do it. Worst case, we just rub all this down and start again. And then the clear coat, you don't have to put as much thinners in, and that went on really nicely. But by that point, I'd already ruined, I think, the undercoat. But to be honest, we've only done the door shuts. I didn't go berserk. As you can see, I painted this, so it's really get a nice little colour on that. I think all the little splodges, I don't think they'd sand out or polish out. I think they're related to what's happened in the base coat. But yeah. It'll do, innit? It's practice. I think I'm going to do a bit better next time. Use thinners for a start, but also then I've got the backs of the doors and some of the vanity panels and stuff to paint. And then we see how well we do on those. And if we think we've improved, I've got the option at that point to then go, okay, we're redoing some of this, or we're living with this because it just literally is door shuts. And we can get on and do the main coat without Paul from WHM Auto Body. But he may well help as well. Yeah, so let's just take some masking off and then call it a video. Okay, so yeah, this is where I was told to use some of this soft edge masking sponge. I'm taking this all off now. If I do decide to redo this, we'll just mask it back up again. I came in last night and then the masking had all fallen off on the 2 days before. It's got a nice textured feel to it anyway. I do wonder if you did sand over that. There's definitely bits in the top layer, so I suppose we could just test the sample at some point. Yeah. Not really much in unmasking. I do love an unmasking, but then we realised that we didn't need to take the top of the door bit because we do that with the main shell. Sort of feels shiny. Feels a bit like sandpaper black. Okay. Painted it myself, didn't I? Painted it myself. As you can tell. So as you can see, we've got a soft edge there. So now we're prep the outside. And then, yeah. Honestly, it's actually turned out better than I thought it was halfway through the paint job last night. Okay, we're going to wrap that video up. I don't even know what's for dinner tonight. I think we've got some gnocchi and maybe we'll pick up some chicken because that needs to be cooked. But yeah, we're going to get some colour on it one way or another. Well, I still think it was mostly a better paint job than what was when I got the car. Wasn't very hard to be that, but after 15 years. Hopefully we'll get better on each of the stages. So yeah, feel free to leave comments and advice at the bottom. I'll try and listen to some. I ignore some as well because I'm just stupid and I like to make my own mistakes. The trouble with painting is, one, you've got to be methodical and patient, which most of those aren't my best traits. But two, you've got to do it quite often to be good at it. And when you paint a car once a year, once every 2 years, yeah, I forget and do stuff. But the next stage is prepping these parts. I'm going to try and take a day off and actually just take my time a bit more. But anyway, look at that, cool. Pull it outside, it really doesn't do it justice. But yeah, you catch it in the light, it goes orange, then it goes red. I don't know if that's really catching there. Anyway.